Hello Virgo. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Glad to have you here. I am clairaudient, which means I hear Jesus the angels talk to me very loudly and clearly. When I prayed and prepared, I did pray over all the cards, shuffled them. I did ask that each of you receives at least one message. Hopefully you will be receiving more than just one message. Do remember, however, this is a reading for a large number of people. So if you find that there's only one message, it's okay. And if you can't see the cards, don't worry. I will adjust them here in a moment so that you can all see them. For those of you that have subscribed to the channel, thank you. Thanks for all your comments, your positive comments, your support of me and each other. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. Okay, we're gonna come back to those. Okay, let me make sure that you guys can, oh, we're off, aren't we? Okay. You should be able to see the images on the cards fairly well. However, if there is a detail that's important, I will lift it up so that you can see it. What we have is the situation, and then what has occurred in the recent history, what your worries, concerns, fears are, what is unknown to you at this time, and then what the angels are recommending that you do. And front and center, we have the card Death. Now in this deck, this is referred to as the Black Lady. If you think of, you know, like Death, she's got this black veil on, dark hair. You do have something that's ending. This card, of course, is about endings. Great changes, transformations, but there is something that is going to be in the imminent future cut out of your life, completely removed. Many of you, you feel as though you have been in the fire for a very long time. Just as Archangel Michael was saying in the beginning, you're feeling like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to get out of the frying pan? Because I have been in here for a really long time. My derriere is cooked, cannot take any more of this. You are about to be cut free of this person, this situation. For most of you, this is a situation involving finances. Now, it could be a relationship that's ending that involves finances, but there is a financial aspect that is extremely prevalent. That is a serious concern for many of you. But it is about to be eclipsed out of your life. If you look at this, you've got this eclipsed moon up here. So for some of you, this is a situation that, because you know when we have eclipses, it is about eclipsing something. Typically when there's an eclipse and there's something that's been trying to be ended in your life, removed from your life, it is, regardless of how long the delay is in having it be ended and removed from your life, it is destined to be and will be removed from your life. So for some of you, this situation, you have been trying to break yourselves free from it, and it's about to be cut free. The time has come. And it will be a clean break. So for many of you are fearful, like, oh my gosh, this has taken so long. And if they are saying for many of you, it is various situations. So it could be divorcing. It could be splitting up from a business partner. It could be something work related, lawsuit related, but it is something you've been trying to break free from for a very long time. And for many of you, you're like, oh my gosh, this person's situation has been lingering for so long. Am I really finally going to be free of them? Am I really going to finally be free of it? Or am I going to have to deal with this malarkey for 7 more years? No, you're not going to. It will be a clean break. If you can see this sword, it's glistening on both ends. So it will be swift, it will be sharp, and it will be a permanent cut, permanent break in your way. Now, what has influenced the situation recently? You have these 2 cards. The first one you have is card 41, and it is the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Now, Archangel Uriel is the fire of God. But this card is all about our, our intuition, that inner knowing, these things that are divinely inspired, that we are divinely guided to move toward, or in this instance, move away from. Because for many of you, this change, it is something that is destined, that is fated. If you see in this card, Archangel Uriel is holding this book. Many of you may have heard of the Book of Life, be it the Akashic Records. It is the story of your lifetime. the things that are big, the big lessons that you are fated to learn, the big things that are fated and destined to happen in your life. This ending is something that is fated for you, something that is meant to happen, and you know that. And they are applauding you because recently, in the past, you have come to the point of listening entirely to your intuition, of knowing that this is time. But also you have come to a point where you've been doing a lot of healing. So this is the Magician. It is a major arcana. This card, this would be, they call this card the Daughter of the Goddesses. It's about, you know, a new beginning, the beginning, being able to control ourselves, being able to create the things that we desire. And if you look here, she has everything that she needs to create. All four. She's got the cups, the swords, the wands, the pentacles, everything needed to create something magical. You see all these stars, all these stars. So you have come to the point that you realize the situation is dead. It's over. You see behind her is all these dead trees. So it's over. It's dead. Be it a career situation, love situation, business situation. It does again involve finances. Definitely involves money. It's dead. It's over. It's finished. You just have not stepped away from it, be it because most of you have not been able to yet. But you've come to the point that you're like, okay, I know this is not for me. I know I am meant to go in a new direction. And you have started to put out the things that you desire, put your wishes, your hopes out into the ether. You've been praying, putting out your prayers, you know, asking God, can you bring me this? Okay, I don't like the situation I have had. I am not happy with the relationship I've been in. I've not been happy with this work partnership that I have been in. I don't want this anymore. Instead, I want to create this. This is what I really desire. And you've been putting those wishes and those hopes out. Many of you have been taking the time to heal your heart. So because of the work that you've done and because you have been listening to your intuition, because for many of you, the steps and things that you are being guided to take and the things that you're being guided to do is totally guided by your intuition. So many of you are like, oh my gosh, am I really supposed to do this? Because things I'm physically seeing don't match up. I'm not sure what the future holds. I don't know what's going to happen. You really want me to take this step? You really want me to do this? Even though I have no clue how it's going to turn out. Yes, that's what they want you to do. It's all about faith. For many of you, this is a big test of your faith. And by passing this test, by taking that leap of faith, you will be receiving everything that you desire. But it is taking that leap of faith without knowing exactly how it's going to turn out. Because for most of you, they're not going to tell you exactly how it's going to turn out. Because again, it's a test of your faith. Will you let go and trust that God's bringing you blessings? Intuitively, you know that it's time to close this chapter. It's time to walk away. It's time to go in a new direction. You've been putting your prayers out. You've been putting your hopes out. You've been putting your wishes out. You're tired of feeling like you're in the cold. You're tired of feeling alone. You're tired of feeling like you have everything against you. You're tired of being in this dead-end situation. You've healed your heart. You're ready. You got your hands up, praising God. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. But now it's time to put some action into it. Many of you are not taking that action because you are fearful of how it's going to turn out. Down here, these are the two cards that are about your worries, your fears, your concerns. And you have Five of Pentacles as well as the Princess of Wands. Now this Five of Pentacles, you know, this is about cold, fatigue, hardships, extreme difficulties, serious financial concerns, worries, woes, very misfortunate events, things that have not gone as you had planned, feeling abandoned, feeling isolated, feeling as though we are on our own, we have no help. But it's paired with the Princess of Wands. And this would be the maiden in waiting. You see she's got her hand. She's looking out at the distance, waiting for something to come in. This is about good, again, good news coming your way. You are going to have good news coming your way. For many of you, this is news information coming, you know, from a distance. So it could be a verdict, could be a determination that's coming in. But be it from the legal system, be it from the partner that you're separating from, you aren't geographically in the same location. They are in a different city, state, some of you, they could even be in a different country from you, but you are not in the same area. But you do have good news coming in. And it's good news about like a contract, a contractual agreement, the ending of a contractual agreement. It is a proposal. It is because you see there's this document sitting here. So this ending, for many of you, it is something that is legally bound, legally grounded. So when it does end, you'll be signing paperwork. So it could be signing divorce paperwork, it could be signing settlement paperwork, but there is paperwork that it is going to be officially over. And it is good news. It is coming your way. The thing is that you're fearful of. You have been in the storm for so long. You see, if you can look at this, you've got this lightning bolt. I mean, it is a torrential downpour. Many of you, you're just like you've been in this storm. It's emotionally been difficult, physically been difficult, financially been difficult. I mean, I get financial difficulties. With my medical retirement, I have medical expenses that I have to pay out of my pocket every month that are about $1,400+ per month. And medical expenses out of my pocket. Many of you are in situations where it's been financially difficult, but also emotionally. And look, this is almost like tears coming down. And many of you are just, and actually if you look, he's even crying. So many of you are at the point that you're just like, is this ever going to be over? Am I ever going to get help? Am I ever going to get this good news? Am I ever going to be able to sign the paperwork and have this be done? Am I ever, because if you look at this, is a horrible storm. And many of you felt like things are falling apart. You've got these leaves here. They're saying many of you just have felt like things have fallen apart as you've been progressing in this whole process to separate yourself from this person's situation. As you've been going through this, it's like one thing after another has gone wrong. Everything is repeatedly just falling apart. And every time you think good things are going to happen and something else falls apart, you're like, what in the world? God, have you forsaken me? Why have you left me alone under this mushroom with the fear of getting electrocuted and no help? You're not alone. But you feel like you're alone. You feel like I'm never going to get to this pretty sunny day where things are blooming. And see how the clouds are even separating, where you have clarity, you know what's going on, you finally have the paperwork, you can finally close this and this, but you're very worried. And many of you are very concerned that it is not going to end in your favor because, like they were saying in the beginning, for most of you, this is something tied to finances. Again, he's sitting next to these 5 coins. At this point, he just doesn't even care. He doesn't have his right hand out, cupping the coins in fear, like, oh, please, don't someone take my last bit of coins. He's just kind of given up. Like, I'm so downtrodden. I feel like everything's against me. At this point, I've given up. I've given all the fight that I can. I can't even fight anymore to hold these coins because I've been beaten down by this storm for so long. I'm soaking wet. I'm crying. I'm about to be electrocuted by a bolt of lightning. And fearful, it's just going to come to an end, not going to be in your favor. You're going to lose the last bit of coins that you have. And you're very concerned about that. You're fearful of how it's going to turn out. You're fearful of when's this last rug going to be pulled out from underneath you. You're fearful it's not going to turn out in your favor because you have been stuck in the cold for so long, because it has been extremely difficult. But remember, you are very strong. God would not allow you to have this opportunity because when you are on the other side, you will see that it was an opportunity for growth. For many of you, it's also been an opportunity that is going to enable you to help others in the future. Because if we go through life and everything's super easy, say we're born, we got a silver spoon in our mouth, and just one thing after another is easy breezy. Well, we wouldn't be equipped to help others who are going through suffering and hardships and heartache. Because there's no way we could sit there and tell them, I understand, I know your difficulties. Here's some things that might help you. I've been through difficulties, I understand, and these types of things helped me. If you've never been through difficulties, you can't inspire and help others like the way you're going to be able to. You are going to be an inspiration. You are going to be, again, a beacon of light for others. And although it doesn't seem like it now, this situation is setting you up to be that powerhouse, be that beacon to assist others who will be going through something similar. So it doesn't seem like it now, but it's actually beneficial for you and beneficial for hundreds and for some of you thousands of others. But I know right now you're like, I just want to get through this. You are about to get through there. The thing that you are unaware of, you have this 9 of Wands card. Now, this guy, obviously, he's building a scarecrow. Scarecrows, they they actually scare the crows. They keep the crows away. They keep the crows from eating the harvest. Many of you don't feel that you are protected, but they want you to know that in fact you are protected. If you look, he's building the scarecrow and he has these 9 wands in front of him, kind of building like this fence, this barrier, this protection. You are protected from attack. You are protected from having people take your harvest. You see all these crows? The scarecrow is there to keep them away, to keep them from eating, from robbing you of the things that are yours. Now, for many of you, it's interesting, this card, because if you look, it's actually a poppy field. And poppies are all about, you know, when we're doing remembrance of people who have passed away. So this death, this ending, it is coming. Many of you, you're fearful somebody's going to rob you of this death, of this ending, of this finality, of this conclusion, but you're also fearful because it's not just the poppies, it's this beautiful field of grass, of things that can sustain you. You know, what do we do at harvest in the fall? You know, we go out and we harvest we bring everything in for the winter so that we can survive, so that we are taken care of, so that we are provided for. So you have been working so hard to bring in this abundant harvest, for which you will be extremely thankful for having. And you are fearful that right at this peak, what if somebody comes in and tries to take it, does anything to hurt you? Because again, it's been nothing but difficulties, but they want you to know you are protected. Nothing is going to be taken from you. 3. That's what they were talking about. Okay. So when they were talking about her skirt earlier, there's these like upside down U's and you've got them on this King of Wands card. It kind of looks like an Omega symbol in reverse. Omega's all about endings. This reading, definitely what you're going through, it's about to be over, done, donezo. Now, they wanted me to pull 3 more cards because for all of you, they want you to know you're protected. You are without a doubt protected. You are not going to lose anything. Again, that's what you are unaware of. You are unaware of the fact that you are protected. It's okay. You don't feel safe right now, but you are. Now, for some of you, something else you're unaware of. You have this Princess of Pentacles. And, you know, this would be the studious maiden. You can see that she's sitting there, she's writing something. This is someone who is, you know, very willing to learn. There's curiosity. But this is also about, you know, concrete offers, concrete proposals coming in, things that are tangible, things that you can really grab a hold of and take to the bank. Then we have this 4 of Pentacles card. And I will lay these down in a moment. And I can't tell if you can see them completely. So if you can't, forgive me, you'll get to see them in a moment, but I'm not going to unsettle the Yorkies and have them bark. So hopefully you can see it. But this, oh, he's a shyster. This would be the selfish miser. And then you have this card, the King of Wands. And this would be the Lord of the countryside. He's very honorable. He's honest. He has integrity. He stands within his integrity. He does the right thing. He's very generous. Now I'm going to move these here a second because I want you to be able to see these graphics up close. So, when you look at these 3 cards, because this is for some of you additional things, information you are unaware of. So, you're sitting here. You've been wondering, what's going on? You don't understand. You've been waiting for an offer to come in. You've been waiting for the settlement. You've been waiting for the verdict. You've been waiting for the decision. And you've been waiting. And you've just continued to focus on doing the things that you need to do. But you have been very curious and been wanting to know why. Why aren't things concluding? Why am I not getting this decision? Why are things not coming in so I can sign the paperwork and be done with this? Why? I don't understand. The reason you have not received it's a right for many of you, although for a large number of you, it is tied to something legal. So it can be a disposition, a judgment, a determination. It could be a settlement offer. Maybe you're going to settle outside of court. But it is something legally, contractually binding. You see that she's holding a pen here. You're ready to sign the papers. But why haven't the papers come in for you to sign? Why? You don't know. Reason it hasn't come in, because for many of you, you see how she has her back turned to this lovely miser right here. There is someone doing something behind your back. They are doing it with selfish intent for themselves, protecting themselves. Because you see, she's sitting here, she's got her bag of coins. She's not focused on her coins. Now she has a coin in her hand where she's just kind of like looking at it like in meditation, in deep thought. You know, sometimes when you're meditating, you're thinking, you'll just sit and you'll stare at a candle or you'll stare at the wall because your mind is somewhere else. Many of you, your mind has just been focused on why isn't this concluded? Why don't I have this offer? Determination, decision, why is it not done? Where is it? Not realizing it's not there because there's someone doing something behind your back. Could be a man for some of you, could be a woman. But this person is trying to keep finances from you. They are trying to, for some of you, it could be you're getting a financial settlement. They don't want you to get the financial settlement. Could be you're going through a divorce or going through a break with a business partner. Maybe things are supposed to be split half and half with you and that other person, but they're like, oh no, I'm gonna take everything I can. I'm gonna slink out of here before they realize it. But they're doing something behind your back. For a number of you, this person who is doing something behind your back, it is someone that you don't imagine would ever do something to harm you. Because again, she's focused on her thoughts. She's not watching him to keep an eye on him. If you felt this person was going to do something to you, you'd have your eyes on them. But you don't think this person would ever do this to you. But for some of you, this person who is trying to do this harm to you, this person who is in fact causing the delays, who is in fact trying to put you in a difficult position financially, they're trying to keep things from turning out in your favor. So for those of you that are worried about this financial hardship, financial outcome of financial loss, they are trying to cause you financial loss. They are. But don't worry. But they're trying to do that. You don't realize that. You have your back turned to that. Well, they've got their back on you, and they're just trying to rob you and take everything that they can. They're trying to take what is yours. And you don't think they would ever do that. But for some of you, this person, and again, it could be male or female, for some of you, this person has done things to you in the past that shocked the crap out of you. You're like, I can't believe they did that. Oh my gosh. But you wanted to continue to see the good in them. For some of you, they did it again. And for others, they did it 3, 4, 5 times. So at this point, shame on you that you've continued to have faith in someone that is trying to do harm to you. And that is all they have tried to do for some of you for years. So while you're sitting there just praying, waiting for the outcome, waiting for the paperwork to come in and sign, they are doing vindictive, harmful things behind your back. They are the reason things have been delayed. But the good news, you have help. Now this it's kind of like an upside down omega symbol. This ending for a number of you is coming because there is in fact this male, this King of Wands, who is helping you. Because again, these are 3 more cards about what it is you don't know. You don't know you've got this shady crook trying to hurt you behind your back. Some of you could be the business partner, the spouse, the person you're breaking ties with. Some of you, it could be somebody within your organization, your company, or the person that you are in the lawsuit against. But for those of you, this is someone you don't think would be doing this to you. And in fact, they are. But the good news is you have someone that's going to stop them. Because you see, her back is to him, his back to her. Now he's given him the stink eye. Like, I hope he doesn't catch me. I hope he doesn't catch me. Whereas he's looking straight forward, but his eyes are kind of like looking to the right, like, I see you. But I'm going to let you go ahead and dig your hole a little bit deeper, and I'm going to whack you with my wand and stop you bringing this to an ending and balancing the scales. So this person who has been doing you harm, they will not be doing so much longer because you have someone that is stopping it, going to be stopping it, going to bring this to an ending. This person is, again, honorable. And for most of you, this is in fact a man. It could be a judge, it could be a magistrate. If this is something with your company, this could be a high top executive, it could be your CEO. For some, it could be an attorney. But for most of you, it's actually somebody that's a decision maker. It's that top person in your company. It's the judge. It's the magistrate. It is that person making the determination. And they are going to put their foot down and say enough is enough. They are going to bring it to an ending. They are kind. They are generous. They do have integrity. They do things that are right for everyone. They do see what is going on. They are aware of what's going on, even though you are not aware of what's going on. And they are going to be putting an end to it in the very near future. And that's what they were pointing out in her skirt, because it is about to come to an end. The good news is about to come in. You don't know it. And for those of you that have this shady character, don't worry, because you have someone that trumps them that is going to be helping you. Now, as far as what the angels are recommending, you have 3 cards across the top. You have the adjacent possibilities. You have this card share. At the bottom it says when you share, everyone feels happy. And then you have this Archangel Michael, a favorable outcome card. So the adjacent possibilities card, this is really, it is about different options, multiple options, options that you have not up to this point considered. It can also be talking to us to let us know that we are staying stuck in a situation, a toxic situation, out of fear or habit. But it's toxic, and it's telling us it's time to let that go and move into the new option, something that's healthy, something that's happy, something that is an option that you do in fact have at hand. Reminding you to go for that option, go in a new direction. It can also be saying to look at things differently. If you look here, there's this door that's laying on the ground. So again, you've got this chapter you're ready to close. If you look, you got the door closed, you got other doors open, but then at the end of this hallway, you've got these 2 doors open. This light is just blaring through. You have been rock bottom because you see this door it's upright. They're encouraging you to go on ahead and allow yourself to elevate. Allow yourself to come up out of the pits and slam that door shut. Because for some of you, although most of you are ready for this to close, you know that it's time for this close. You know you aren't going to get your magical new beginnings until this closes and is over. For some, it has still been a bit difficult for you to close that chapter. But you're like in the pits of hell. You're at the rock bottom. So allow yourself to climb up out of the hole and slam this door shut. It's time to slam the door shut. And they're saying it's just a small number of you. So say it's maybe you're going through a divorce, or it could be a business partner that you've been with for a very long time. But you've been in this situation with this person, or in a situation for so long that you're comfortable. You know it's toxic. You know they lie. You know that they're a crook doing things behind your back. But it's all you've known for a long time. You're used to it. You're fearful of the unknown. Like, okay, if I close this door, many of you are fearful, okay, if I close this and end this situation, is that going to be it? Am I not going to have any opportunities? But you know better. You know that there's better things for you. You know you are going to have blessings rain down on your head as soon as you slam this door shut. So they're encouraging you to get up out of this. Close this door. Let this chapter go. Because you have so many new things happening, and you've got this big, beautiful new beginning. Because for many of you, okay, most of you, when this ends, that's when everything in your life begins to move forward. So for some of you, say this is a business, it's a work thing. When this culminates, when this ends, not only are you going to have new career opportunities, so for some of you, you might be starting your own business. You might be stepping into this dream career of a lifetime that you've always wanted to do. You may become an author, but your career is going to do a 180. At the same time, you're going to get this love of a lifetime. For some of you, you're going to start a family. For some of you, you're going to move to this dream location where you've always wanted to be. But all these things that you've been desiring and praying for and hoping for and wanting, you're going to have all those doors open, whoop, at once. And they're giving me images. Some of you are going to be like crying with joy, like, God, I didn't think that it was going to be this good. I didn't think it was going to be this good because I've been in this state for so long. And it's so good. They want you to know it's going to be so good. It is. But you got to close this door. You got to let it go. Now, for some of you, this card share. Now, you would think this is all about love because there's roses. So, in fact, some of you, that this is an emotional breakup, be it a divorce, could have been a business partner you were involved with romantically, whatever it is, but there's emotions there. You need to be honest about your emotions because you see there's this fog. Everything's been foggy. For a number of you, it's been foggy because you have not been honest about your feelings. So maybe this person keeps maybe trying to get you to not sign the paperwork, not to have it be over, but they keep doing things behind your back and they're deceptive and lying, and you know it's a toxic relationship and you're actually ready to climb up out of the pits of hell and slam that door closed and you're ready to have it be done, but you're not having the conversation with that person to tell them this isn't working. Like, I'm done. I'm totally done. Like, I'm signing the paperwork, done. I'm packing, I'm moving today. I'm done. Enough's enough. You have not shared your thoughts. You have not shared your feelings with this person. For some of you, you're frustrated that the person keeps holding on to you and trying to keep you stuck, but you're not telling them anything otherwise. So you need to communicate how you feel with them in order to get yourself to the point of freedom that you desire. You want to be free. God and the angels have set it up to free you from this and have amazing blessings on the other side. But you do need to have a conversation. You need to clear the air. For some of you, that even if it's not a romantic relationship, there's something that you need to communicate, something that you need to share. Maybe for some of you, it's sharing with your attorneys, some people that can help, that, hey, I don't understand what's going on. Can you please help me? I feel like I'm stuck in the twilight zone. I need some help. Can somebody throw me a life raft? Could someone please, for the love of God, throw me a life raft and get me out of this misery, out of this fog where I don't know what is going on? But for some of you, by having that conversation, by communicating that, hey, I need help, I don't know what's happening, I'm really confused, it's going to bring this help in that you need. Last thing for all of you, this is going to balance the scales. This is going to turn out in your favor. At the bottom, there's a prayer. It says, thank you for the beautiful outcome to this situation, which is perfect and fair for everyone involved. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me trust and have faith. So again, if you look at this angel, everything around him is dark. Dark. It's not a bright, beautiful, sunny day, just like here where he's sitting. Everything's dark. You don't know how it's going to turn out, but they want you to know it is going to turn out beautifully. It is going to turn out in your favor. Most of you, this is financially related. You are not going to have a financial upset. Many of you actually are going to receive things financially that you're not expecting. So maybe you're going through a breakup with a partner or lover or business partner, whatever it may be, and maybe you're expecting half. Well, maybe things are going to turn out because maybe this person's been a crook and doing something, and maybe the legal system knows about that. Maybe you're going to end up getting 80% and they get 20%. But it's going to be, for a number of you, financially lucrative. For a number of you, you have been in dire financial straits because maybe you've been having to pay for years thousands of dollars in attorney fees. Well, now you're going to get kind of like reimbursed and then some for what you've gone through. So for many of you, kind of like trials, tribulations, the hardships that you've gone through. You will be receiving income, but everything's going to clear up. It's going to turn out in your favor. They want you to know that it's going to be okay. Now, as far as your outcome, they want me to look at the bottom of the deck. 3, 4 cards. Okay. Okay. So, this ending. You have the 6 of Swords. And this is Sea Voyage, is what the card is called. But this is about someone. It is time for them to depart. It is time for them to move in a new direction, move into the unknown, moving in the direction of distant shores where they don't know what's on that other shore. So they're fearful of going in a new direction. Many of you, again, are fearful. Like if you look, this boat has dug down in deep in the dirt. Like you've been in this situation for a long, long time. Like the boat wasn't just resting lightly on the grass, and there's not even really much grass. Okay, it's just a bunch of soil and dirt. It wasn't just resting on top of it. Like he had to do some shimmying and shaking to get that boat loosened up to push it out to sea. You've been in this situation for so long, but it is time for you to go in a new direction. And if you look, just like this other card with her, the trees are all dead. It's dead. It's over. This situation is donezo. It's over. The outcome is you are going to be moving in a new direction. You will be moving into a new direction. You don't know the outcome. You don't know what this new direction holds, but it's okay. It's okay. It's going to turn out beautifully. All you need to do is push your little boat forward and jump in and hold on. That's all you got to do. Because the situation that many of you have been in, you've got this 7 of chalices. This would be the flight of the butterfly. Now, butterflies, what they do, they hop from thing to thing to thing to thing. So for many of you, you feel like you've been bounced around in this situation. been very flighty. Maybe you've been in a relationship with someone that's very flighty. Maybe they hop between you and another person all the time. Maybe that's why you're getting divorced now. But this card, I mean, even though it looks beautiful, the meaning of this card is not beautiful. This is about illusions, false hopes, fantasy, inconceivable dreams. So this person, this situation that you've been in, you just had hope over and over that it's going to turn out beautifully, it's going to work. But because you've come to the realization that it's not, you were building something on a faulty foundation. You were fated to learn a lesson and move away from this. So now you're moving in a new direction. You got this 8 of chalices, 8 of cups. This is the sad goodbye. You see he's walking away, she's got her hanky. But this card's about heading in a new direction. Everything is about heading in a new direction over and over and over. This situation, person, this is done. But this is about going toward the unknown after the loss of a relationship, the loss of a situation, the loss of for some of you, it's you're leaving a career. But leaving that behind, and for many of you, it's going to be very difficult because it's something that's nostalgic. Because again, you've been there for a very long time. Or you've been in this relationship for a long time. And for many of you, you just gave it your all. But it wasn't meant to be. And the outcome is going to be you taking that leap of faith into the unknown. This is the Fool card. This is 0. This is the Major Arcana. This is all about when you take that leap of faith, you can begin to move forward to new things, new beginnings, new starts. So you are going to get this ending because, again, this is your outcome. The ending is happening. For some of you, allow it to happen. Allow it to fall away. For a large number of you, you're ready for it to fall away. You are fearful, though, again, how it's going to happen, particularly for most of you because of finances. They are reminding you finances are going to turn out beautifully. You have nothing to worry about because, again, you, my dear, have a very, very blessed, favorable outcome coming your way. So, hang in there. You're almost there. You are almost there. And for many of you, something is going to happen because there's going to be a lot of energy. There's going to be a lot of things happening. It's interesting. So for those of you who've been waiting for this wheel, waiting for this closure, these next 2 weeks are energetically what's going to do it, what's going to bring it into a close for most of you. Which is actually kind of beautiful if you think about it, because then you'll be rolling right into Thanksgiving and you're going to have so much to be thankful for. So hang in there these next 2 weeks, because they are saying for most of you, this is going to end over the next 2 weeks. Remain in your faith, remain optimistic. It is going to turn out so beautifully. And it was so much more than I imagined. God has blessed me for the hell I have had to go through for years. And now I'm ready for all these new beginnings, because that's what's about to happen. You are about to reap the rewards for which you have endured. Filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.